Hey, happy Saturday. I'm sitting here outside with my two lovely children. Let's see, you might be able to hear them eating in the background, which is awesome. I'm making this video at dinner time, with their permission, of course. Anyway, I'm Jessica Amos. I'm here to talk about why asking for what you want and need in your relationships is an enormous act of love. It's very loving to ask for what you want and need. The reason being that a lot of us growing up, we found out that asking for what we want and need was not actually very important to the adults in our lives. We'd say what we want, we'd say what we need, and the adults in our lives said, you don't want that, you don't need that, this is what you should want and need. An example I use in my meditation courses is a lot of us as kids, here's an example, say a kid's afraid of the dark, and his parents think he's too old to be afraid of the dark, and so they take away his nightlight. You need to get over it, right? And so the kid is like not ready, of course, to go to bed and is still afraid of the dark and now doesn't have the safety of this nightlight. And so what's the kid do? The kid goes and gets a flashlight and fulfills his own needs and sneaks under the bed and has his flashlight, and he creates a sense of safety for himself. And then what happens if his parents find out that he did that? He gets in trouble, right? And so a lot of us, when it comes to taking care of our needs and wants, we don't really know that we can do that. We don't really know that it's okay. And most of us have been conditioned out of even knowing what we need and want because it created conflict for us as a kid. So if we really needed something like that flashlight because we were afraid of the dark, and the adults in our lives said, no, you're too big for a flashlight, or you shouldn't be afraid of the dark, we started to question whether or not what we needed and what we wanted was actually legitimate and valid. And so we grow up and we become adults and we get into relationships. And speaking from personal experience, when I first got into my first relationship, got married at 19, I did not even know what I wanted or needed. You'd say, what do you want? And I go, I don't know. But I still would use passive-aggressive behaviors, manipulation. I would still be resentful and upset when my husband couldn't read my mind and know exactly what I wanted and needed. And then I would do things to sort of like punish him for that, right? And it really bred a lot of just codependency, a lot of resentment, a lot of anger on both sides. And then when I realized, okay, I need to actually figure out what I want and need and ask for it, I was terrified to ask for what I wanted and needed, because whether I was conscious of it or not, I'd had this conditioning that told me that my needs and wants were not valid, and that there was a possibility that the people in my life would withdraw from me, that they would cut off connection, that they would shame me or guilt me or try to change my mind around it. And it's true. I did have some adults in my life, or people in my life when I was an adult, who were very attached to me not honoring my needs and wants, because that served them. It served them. They got more of what they needed and wanted when I didn't have a sense of what I needed and wanted. And that's very much what a codependent dynamic is, and a lot of us have some aspect of that in our lives. But as soon as you start practicing saying what you want and need, you realize that it's really not about the other person fulfilling your needs and wants at all. It's about you showing up, being on your own side, using your own voice, advocating for yourself, and creating a new neurological pathway within your mind, new programming within your being, that it is okay to need things and to want things. And then to go a step further and take the responsibility off of other people and know that it's our responsibility, my responsibility, your responsibility to know what you need and want, and then make sure that those needs and wants are fulfilled for yourself and not put it on anyone else. Because we all know what it's like to have someone else in our life who's demanding that we do what they want in order for them to feel better. It doesn't feel good, right? So anyway, just wanted to share that today. Been thinking so much about asking for what you need and you want. have my beautiful children sitting over here.
Hello.
Hi. Do you guys feel like you can ask for what you need and want?
Yeah.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want money.
Brannock wants money.
And I need
And I'm starting to lose internet connection, so this is a good stopping point. Anyway, leave your comments, your thoughts, whatever, down below or wherever you are. I'd love to have this conversation further. I encourage you, ask for what you need and want today. Truly, truly, it's a gift of love, an act of love to yourself, to honor yourself in that way. Okay. Love you. Stay with yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, I love you.
Wait, is it still going?